Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Just going to do a little fireside chat while we got some nice heat smoldering away here. I wanted to talk about, in particular, my situation, my off-grid tiny house, and a little bit about what's going on here. So, in the beginning, I tried to purchase land in the very beginning, looking for land, looking for property where I could buy some affordable land out in the boonies somewhere, but relatively close where I could still go to work. And that just never happened. I looked all up until the present, and I started 5 years ago now. Couldn't find it. So basically, when I wasn't looking for land or a place to, basically a lot or somewhere to house a tiny house, I went ahead and we stumbled upon this place. And basically, for the less than the price of a cell phone bill a month, I have a lot which I pay rent to the landlord to house my tiny house. It's a secure location. He doesn't bother me. He actually thinks what I'm doing is pretty sweet. We're prompt on paying our rent every month, which is good. And why I mean me and we, my dad has a trailer here as well, which he uses for storage. And sometimes it's nice, he can give me a cell phone call and say grab this or that out of his trailer, and I can bring it back to him at the house, and it works out well. So like my phone bill is $50 plus the HST tax here in Canada, harmonized sales tax. So it turns out to be $56.50 a month. I pay rent here for the tiny house to have my little space here, $50 a month. Pretty damn sweet. It's less than my phone bill, guys, to have a house to live in for as long as I want. And what else is there, guys? That's fairly cheap. That's $600 a year. And with the help of you guys here on YouTube, now recently, within the last year, YouTube has cut my finances in half, and I think they've done that for everybody, some deeper than others. But basically, 6 months worth of YouTube payments. Well, no, not 6 months. But it used to be that. I used to make $100 a month on YouTube, here on my YouTube channel, until YouTube cut my stuff in half. So now, I'm lucky to make $50 a month. So, it's not bad, guys. You know, I can get... YouTube pays basically for my rent here at the tiny house, and that's not too shabby. Now, any leftover money that I make after that, and any money from my Patreon members, which I highly suggest you go and become a Patreon member. It's only $1 a month. You get all my content live, as opposed to YouTube, who does not get my content live. They get it months and sometimes weeks later than when I post it on Patreon. And all my content on Patreon is ad-free, other than my reposts from daily YouTubes. But all my exclusive Patreon stuff is ad-free, unedited. You guys can watch that, enjoy that, and you can talk to me on there. Now, I got some great Patreon members. We got Pam Duncan, who's the #1 right now. Couldn't do it without her. We got Pierre, my good buddy. He's on there as well, helping out and helping me with off-camera stuff you guys may not see, or I sometimes mention that. I think he's due coming up for a visit sometime. And he actually helped me get through this this last winter by helping me with some lumber donated. He had a source, and they wanted to get rid of this lumber. So I said, oh yeah, I'll take it. And it was already cut into smaller pieces and ready to burn. It burned very hot. There you go. Let's see if this thing's dying down on me. It's right up against the door, so pop that open a little bit. But the glass is all black, so you guys can't see too much in this video, unfortunately. But just, that's the situation I'm in at the tiny house, guys. Now, if YouTube didn't cut me, I would have a lot of stuff done faster in the tiny house, because I'm trying to do this in a way on a budget. This tiny house is completely on a budget. It is a low end, unpolished, as someone gave me the coin, somebody coined my tiny house as an unpolished tiny house. And they're actually a huge fan of that and of what I'm doing. They love my daily videos. They actually saw me on another Facebook group concerning tiny houses, and they're like, well, this is what it's supposed to, this is the grassroots, this is where it's supposed to be at, not these high-end $100,000 plus tiny houses. And so that, we're kind of, this is the comeback tour, basically, of the tiny house movement, is my setup. We're doing it on a budget. I'm showing you all different things, my experiences in here, what works, what doesn't. You guys obviously can build better than I can, building skills wise. But then again, if you guys see my budget and what I'm working with, I think most of you are pretty impressed with what I got done. It's a very budget. Like, I basically wait until my rent is paid for the year via YouTube. Any of the leftover money goes towards projects or stuff I'm saving up for, like the battery bank. And my Patreon members they're awesome. Period. They give me the little extra boost of money a month that goes into PayPal that gets me other little projects for videos, so you guys can see it ongoing, what's going on, why I'm doing it, blah blah blah. It's helped out a lot. I buy all my stuff now exclusively with the Patreon money. Anytime you guys see me buy something, other than the upcoming battery bank and other items, I gotta buy an 1.5-inch pole for the wind turbine and get a bunch of stuff ready anyway. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff coming up, and you don't have to be like these people on TV you see, spending $100,000, $50,000 for a tiny house. It's ridiculous. I like the movement where people buy the Amish sheds. Our tiny cabin project. If you guys haven't seen them, check them out. I got their link posted right on my main YouTube channel. Off to the right side, you'll see it. Charles and John's place. You guys got to check them out. Awesome. I love their place. Theirs is a true tiny house. I believe it's under, the square footage is like 200. Theirs is like a micro tiny house. It's under 200 square feet, I think. Don't quote me on that. Ask them. They'll probably comment on this video. But they bought an Amish built cabin, and they made it into their basically bug out location, tiny house location, tiny house. And they're fixing it up. They're getting their experience with them, and it's pretty sweet. And a lot of people are doing that. They're buying the bigger Amish style houses and getting them delivered. People have payment plans with the companies who build them, which is even sweeter. You can pay it off over time so it doesn't kill your wallet right off the bat. And if you possibly put one of those on a trailer, fasten it to the trailer somehow, you have the shell and the trailer, and it's almost like an instant tiny house. You just got to finish it off to your specs, what you like. And I really think that's the way to go. Now, on the other aspect, we have 1 Acre Homestead. Mike, big shout out to Mike. I met Mike in my city a long time ago, and when I was just getting started into the tiny house stuff. And unfortunately, he had to move. But what happened is things turned out really awesome for Mike. Mike found an off-grid property that he was able to purchase. He's got awesome neighbors. He's cleared the land. He's put his foundation in. He stayed overnight. He's living on the lot when he can during his building window, like on weekends, whatever, here and there when he can get out there. And he's building his own tiny house from scratch, and he's getting some help from, you know, his neighbors, and you know, getting ideas from probably YouTube and everywhere else online. And he's living the dream, guys. He's gonna set it up. That's gonna be his retirement for him and his wife. And really, can you blame him? Like, he's going to have rain catchment. He's going to have a food forest. He's going to have livestock. He's going to be a true homestead off the grid, solar, the whole 9 yards. So please check his channel out as well, 1 Acre Homestead. He's also on my main YouTube channel, off to the right, where Charles and John's Our Tiny Chem project is, same area. Check him out. Please sub to him. And this is what it's about, getting back to the grassroots. It's not about $100,000 plus tiny houses, guys. It's what can you afford? What is going to sustain you for the rest of your life if you want to go that way? Do you want to live in the tiny house forever? Is that your retirement plan? I think it is. I think that's what most people like. Most people are done with paying bills. People are sick of this. And the bills don't go down, guys. They just, every year they up. So think about it now. Investigate tiny houses. Investigate the Amish shed converted into a tiny house movement. I think that's really awesome. We just got a few months ago in our city a company that actually builds those here. Now that's pretty sweet. I should go on a tour with my camera to their property and take a tour of some of these houses, because man, I almost wish they were here a couple years ago, and then I would have just bought a Amish shed off them and converted it into a tiny house. Really, truthfully. But I got a screaming deal on this trailer. I put money in. It happened to me when the economy crashed, when Barack Obama and his husband Michael Obama were in office, and yeah, they did a wonderful bang-up job, and now Trump's pulling us from the gutter. So basically, I spent the entire summer working on the project here, getting it ready. I spent a lot of money. I did not make any money that summer as in terms of a job. That was horrendous. So I was here keeping busy working. I thought the end was near at that point, guys, because the job situation was really bad. Like, they destroyed, not only the US almost destroyed to the brink, but Canada, we're your biggest trading partner. It was bad here. So like I said, I was scrambling. I was like, I got to get this place ready because if it gets any worse in a year or so, we're pooched. Yeah. So I had to scramble, I spent a lot of money that first year, basically because I didn't know what I was doing, but I didn't go overboard like these people just throwing $100,000 at stuff. But anyway, right now though, we're in a comfortable situation for the price. Basically, my phone bill costs more than my rent at the tiny house. That's pretty amazing. And this probably sounds really sweet for most people, especially since I have 0 electric bill, 0 sewage and water bill, and 0 gas bill, and 0 property tax bill, because $50 a month, that's it. And you guys on YouTube are helping finance that. Now, because YouTube has cut me down so hard in half, basically in half, I'm working on a side YouTube project that you guys probably will not hear about, but it's actually doing better than this main channel right here. And that's pretty insane. So once that's monetized in a week or so, that's what I'm expecting, 1 to 2 weeks it'll be monetized, and we'll see how much income that brings in. And if it does well, I may be okay. And if it does well, I may think about making a 3rd channel. And we'll go from there. But this main channel, the tiny house one, I'm going to be getting back into the survival and prepping stuff, guys. I've had a ton of people requesting me get into the prepping stuff. They absolutely love my videos on prepping. My videos are a little unconventional to the ones that are available, and I think that's why people like it. I look at everything differently. And a lot of them have subbed just for my prepping side, and they don't watch my tiny house videos. And that's to each their own, right? So I'm going to be getting back into some more prepping videos. I'm going to have my tiny house stuff as well, as usual. And then, yeah, so just stay tuned, subscribe, thumb up all my videos, guys. If you do that, it really helps my channel. It helps me to be able to afford stuff quicker, because basically what it does is it takes the algorithm and says, hey, people like this, let's keep showing it to more people. So even if you guys don't watch the video fully, hit the thumbs up button. It helps me out. It's a passive way you can do things without having to pay me or become a Patreon member. Patreon member's only $1 a month. I got heroes like Pam that are donating more than that, but that's up to them. That's their decision. They support me fully, and I think they trust me to do the right thing with that money and not be some of these rip-off channels like T-Bag's channel. I'm not even going to name his channel. He doesn't deserve anything whatsoever. But yeah, so I'm going to end it here, guys. The off-grid tiny house, doing well. Hopefully doing better once my other projects take off. And update on my dad. He's doing well as he went in for his checkup just yesterday. We all went down, the whole family, as usual, normally, and everything's good. His blood work's coming up and everything like that. His white blood cell counts coming up. He's just at the tail end of his shingles. He had the shingles. Very painful. He could not get much sleep for a month. That's bad. So he got his first full sleep last night without any pain in months. Shingles is nasty, guys. When you hit 65, get the shingles shot. I'm not a big fan of vaccines because I know they put the preservatives, mercury, and aluminum in there. And we don't really need that crap in us. I don't know. The government is so corrupt, they allow that stuff in there. But then again, this is coming from the same people who allow GMOs. I think that's good for you. But anyway, don't want to get into the conspiracy politics and all that. But anyway, get your damn shingle shot if you make it to 65. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 65. I'm going to somewhat try. I do not want to be in a nursing home. So that's the goal. And I want to, you know, live in my tiny house with very little bills while everybody else is paying higher and higher bills. And all the property around here, higher, higher, higher. Grocery store, everything's inflation is insane in Canada. I think we're on the verge of something nasty again. And now that I'm better, now that the tiny house is done up properly, I could definitely move out here full time. I do want an internet connection out here though. That's for sure. But that all comes, that's a luxury item. That'll come after I get the water, I get the extra power with the battery bank and all that fun stuff. So, little nice fireside chat, guys. You guys get to see this awesome sauce wood stove. I got a red I'm going to get most of the coals inside the fireplace as opposed to outside. And there we go. Look at that beauty. See look at the red hot forge. We got nails in there in the wood still. You guys see that? Here, I'll zoom in. Tilt you down a bit. Look how hot this friggin' nail is. Glowing red. Unbelievable. Other pieces. And just wonderful stuff. So anyway, I can throw another piece on there and dampen him down. But, whoa. That'll be it, guys. Just wanted to make that video. Give you a shout out about the tiny house, what it's like, and we'll see you on the next one.